Man United 3, Liverpool 2 match review. Obviously, a big win for Man United. This now makes Michael Carrick undefeated against every Premier League top 5 club today. Today, right? To talk about this game, it was definitely a two-half game, right? Man United in the first half looked like the best team today, right? Man United in that first half was elite, electric. The front four of Cunha, Sisco, Brian and Bremo, and Bruno Fernandes, link up play, connection, the counter attacking football that we played was excellent, right? And I think this is our best front four currently. I think they've all four of them have kind of found their form right now, and I think I think this is Mbeumo's best game that he's played in a while. Even though he didn't get a goal, I think he did play a good game. Cunha obviously gets a goal, scoring against Arsenal, scoring against Liverpool. Loves to score against rivals. Loves to surf, right? And Sesko gets his goal again. I believe Sesko has now scored 10 Premier League goals in his last 15 games. He's here. He's here. 6'5". He is here to play and to help us win. Benjamin Sesko's goal was kind of controversial, right? We do see in the VAR, if you do watch the video, you do see his hand kind of graze the ball. If they did disallow it, I could see why, but I could also understand why they didn't disallow it, because he's just trying to bring his arms back to his body, to the side of his body, and there's nothing much you can really say or do about it. But to get away from the front four and to get away from the goals, not really get away from the goals, but to get to the midfield duo, the double pivot of Casemiro, Kobbie Mainoo. Right? Obviously, football has here Dominik Szoboszlai getting man of the match, but I know who the real man of the match was. Kobbie Mainoo, the Stockport Seedorf, had an elite game today. And after signing a contract, right, where most Man United fans were saying, "Oh, we should get rid of Kobbie. Kobbie isn't the right guy. Kobbie isn't this. Kobbie isn't that." He signs his contract, a 5-year extension, to then have one of his best performances against our biggest rival to help us secure Champions League football is a sign, and is a sign and is saying out to every Man United fan, and even saying to Thomas Tuchel, I am the player I said I was. And I am the player who I was 2 years ago. Amram kind of, said he can't play with Bruno Fernandes. He can't play. I can't have Kobbie Mainoo play defensive midfield. Right? Since Amram has been gone, Kobbie Mainoo has been put in elite shifts. Elite shifts. And he's almost, for me personally, he should be on the England plane. Thomas Tuchel, every English fan, this guy should be on the plane for you guys. Man United, don't even dare sign a midfielder to play over Kobbie Mainoo this summer. If you want to sign another elite midfielder, sure. If you want to sign 2 elite midfielders, sure. But they gotta come in here and know that this is Kobbie Mainoo's midfield and you're his partner, not the other way around. And Casemiro, at 36, I believe, at 34, Casemiro's 34 years old. He's playing games like this. I'm gonna miss Casemiro when he leaves, right? Casemiro has become a cult hero of Man United lately. Obviously, scoring the winner in the FA Cup final 3 years ago, winning FA Cup final, the Carabao Cup final 3 years ago against Newcastle, winning FA Cup for Man United, being the hard man, the talisman that he's always been for Real Madrid and now for Man United, being a cult hero for the fans, and we're gonna miss him, man. I don't know who there is to replace Casemiro. because he brings such experience, such calmness, and he even in his old age now he relieves so much pressure defensively on the team, right? And we're going to miss Casemiro. In that first half, Man United, there were we had the better footing against Liverpool, right? We played out of Liverpool's press very well, getting the ball through the press. Um, we played a beautiful counter-attacking football. We never felt I never felt like Liverpool had the ball for too long. We had the ball for as much time as we wanted, and Liverpool were at our mercy that whole first half, and that leads to Cunha getting his goal and and Sesko getting his goal. Unfortunately, Bruno Fernandes couldn't get his 20th Premier League assist, but there's always more games to play. And the biggest question for Man United now is Michael Carrick the manager that we want to go forward with, or do we go shopping for a new manager? That's the real question that we have. I think Michael Carrick has been questionable in some games that he's managed, but not all of them. I think today he had a real good managerial game against Arne Slot. I think he had a good managerial game against Arteta. I think he had a good one against Pep. But there's been other games where he hasn't been the best manager, right? The best tactical manager, and I think that could be a problem on if we want to keep him or if we want to go find someone else. I don't know who that next manager could be, but Michael Carrick obviously knows the club, has won major trophies at the club, and wants to stay here. So that's a question for a later time of the day when the season's over. Now that Man United have secured Champions League football, I think my biggest question is this team that we fielded today can't play Champions League football every Thursday, every Wednesday, right? These guys, sorry, every Tuesday and every Wednesday, these guys, we can't go out with Dorgu, Luke Shaw, Aiden Heaven, Maguire, right? There's obviously Champions League quality players on our squad, but not enough through the whole squad to play. Like Ugarte can't play Champions League football for us. uh, Tara Malasia can't play Champions League. Xerxes probably can't play Champions League football for us, right? Not saying that these guys aren't good footballers, but I'm saying these can't be the players that we have coming off the bench when we're playing against a Bayern, a Real Madrid, a PSG, right? A Barcelona, Real Madrid, even a Atletico Madrid. These can't be the players that we have coming on for us, and especially Diego Dallo and Luke Shaw. Even though Luke Shaw had a good game today, I think we need to find new fullbacks, right? If that's Michael Coyote or somehow prying Denzel Dumfries away from Inter Milan or whoever, right? Diego Dallo had a last second shot to make the game 4-2, even though we were up. He gets the ball from Amad Diallo and skies it. And I'm thinking, if this is a Champions League night against Barca, against PSG, against wherever, right? Where we need attacking fullbacks, Diego Dallo can't be the guy that we rely on, right? Luke Shaw can't be the guy that we rely on. Aiden Heaven, maybe I don't know, maybe Aiden Heaven's good enough, but Aiden Heaven at what 19 can't be the center back that plays at the Camp Nou or at the Allianz Arena, right? To get off Man United, right? To get off Man United, to talk about Liverpool, right? Liverpool in the first half, as I said before, were a little bit lackadaisical. They didn't play their best brand of football. They were getting beaten out the press. Right, that first half was something that they don't want to remember. The second half, right? Second half, early into the second half, 42 minutes in, Dominik Szoboszlai gets the ball off a weak Amad Diallo pass, runs right through our team. I believe Cody Gakpo crosses him. He gets a free lane of the whole left half of the box. Puts it across goal. Senna Lamens was a little bit too late. Goes through Diego Dallo's legs. 2-1. Right now, you can really feel the momentum now swinging to Liverpool's side after that. And then Senna Lamens' mistake. Goal kick. Senna Lamens has the ball. He's getting pressed. He can't really turn left. He can't really turn left because there's a guy. I think Cody Gakpo is to his left to get the ball to Ayden Heaven. So he tries to go right through the middle. And who's waiting there? I believe it was Florian Wirtz. Hold on, let me go check. I got it up here. Senna Lamens gets the ball, has opportunity trying to either pass it to Casemiro or Kobbie Mainoo in the midfield. And McAllister cuts off the pass to Kobbie Mainoo, gives the ball to Szoboszlai to then return it to Gakpo to give Liverpool a 2-2 draw or a 2-2 equalizing goal. I thought after that goal, that midfield three of Gravenberch, McAllister, and Szoboszlai, they took the whole momentum. They were now controlling the game. They could do whatever they wanted. Instead of Man United playing the football we wanted to play, they did whatever they were feeling, right? Right? They did whatever they were feeling. But on the opposite side, Florian Wirtz doesn't have his best game today, right? I think Florian Wirtz has hasn't played the best since going to Liverpool, right? I'm a Florian Wirtz guy. I thought Florian Wirtz would end up going to Bayern Munich, right? And playing alongside Musiala and them. I don't know how that would have worked, right? With Musiala and obviously Florian Wirtz, but I thought he would have went to Bayern Munich like most German players do. But he says no, goes to Liverpool. Him and Frimpong, and his time at Liverpool has not been the best, right? He hasn't had his best luck, his best form, right? Most people have said, most people were saying, I don't think most people are saying he's not physically ready for the Premier League. I don't think he got physically beaten today by Casemiro or by Kobbie Mainoo or by Ayden Heaven or Luke Shaw, whoever you want to say. I don't think he got physically beaten. I just don't think he was good enough technically, right? I don't think he was good enough technically. I don't think he was in the right places to get the right to get the right stuff off. And I think he kind of ghosted, right? I think he kind of was just there, right? He wasn't really in the action because I thought the game was ran through Szoboszlai and Gravenberch more than it was Florian Wirtz. Like I don't know if Liverpool isn't finding him, but with Man United, you see the game ran through Bruno Fernandes, right? You look for Bruno Fernandes because Bruno Fernandes has the technical ability to do everything that we want with the ball, right? We look for the guy. We want Bruno Fernandes to get the ball at his feet, and they didn't look to get the ball in Florian Wirtz's feet, and I don't think Florian Wirtz showed to get the ball to his feet as much as I think he can, right? And I think there's a few big injuries, right, that kind of had Liverpool on the lesser half of the game, right? Obviously missing Isaac, missing Ekatike, right, and missing Mohamed Salah. I need to get the stat up. Hold up. This stat right here. Mohamed Salah's games against Man United through his whole career. If it can load, there we go. Mohamed Salah has played 16 games against Man United since 2017. I'm not counting Chelsea days because he's on the bench, but since 2017, since actually playing against Man United, he scored 13 goals and had 6 assists, and they missed him. They missed a guy that knows so well how to beat Man United, right? How to score multiple goals against Man United. he was a big miss for somebody that can just take the game by a scruff of the neck, a real game changer. Obviously, Liverpool have game changers, but this is a world class game changer. This is one of the greatest Premier League players ever, and he will be missed when he's gone, when he leaves by the end of the season. Obviously, he didn't have his greatest season, but the guy's 33. He's won the champs. He's won the Premier League he's won the Premier League with great cast, and he won the Premier League basically single handed by himself last year. Right? There's no more you can ask from Mohamed Salah, and they missed him today. They obviously missed Ekatike and Isaac. Ekatike obviously having a great time at Liverpool since he joined, having 11 goals in the Prem, and they definitely missed him, and they're going to miss him right at the end of the season because a few losses and somehow you're behind Aston Villa, right? I don't think anyone else can catch you. Obviously, 'cause I don't think like Bo- like Bournemouth, Brentford, Brighton, and Chelsea. I don't think these 4 or 5 teams are not gonna catch up to Liverpool. But you're going to miss Isaac. They're going to miss Ekatika. And the last big question we have to ask is Arne Slot, a man that came to the Premier League in his first season, won the league a with a Klopp team in a sense, right? Now his first full season at the club, gets the money he wants, gets the players he wants, signs Verse, signs Frimpong, signs Ekatike, signs Isaac to then finish fifth. One of the worst title defenses by a club that's broken the Premier League record or even signed uh, signed multiple players, right? Multiple world class players. There's questions. Is he the right guy for the is he the right guy for the job? I think the Premier League. Also, I think Liverpool will probably most likely sack him. Right. I don't think they'll give him the chance. I think they'll most likely sack him, and who they bring in, who knows, right? There is a guy out there, former Liverpool legend, former Real Madrid legend, and a guy that's worked with Frimpong, worked with Florian Wirtz, could probably try and get the best out of them. Did go undefeated, and you could say in the Bundesliga, but still went undefeated in Javi Alonso. Could that be the guy for the job? I don't know who else are the other managers that you could really feel are good enough to either, in a sense, replace Slot or replace Klopp in a sense. But Javi Alonso is a guy they could look at. Yeah, I think that is all the whole game covered up in a cool 18 minutes. If you like the video, please like it. Please subscribe. Drop the comments on your thoughts of the game. Right? Should Man United keep Michael Carrick? Should Liverpool get rid of Slot? Right? Will Bruno Fernandes break the Premier League assist record with how many games are left? With about 3 games left. Right? Give your thoughts and your opinions, and have a good day.